Hey guys, this is ShawNshawN. Today we're going to take a look at Jeffree Star. We're going to react to Jeffree Star, who's a makeup artist, who's a guy pretending to be a girl. He's gay. It's a little bit strange. I don't know why. I don't know if we can glean anything. Let's take a look, guys. Alright, so in his first video I'm looking at, this is almost his first video. The very first video is kind of like, so I skipped it. But his next video is really interesting. It's within the same year. He's about 11 years old, so he's been on the YouTube forever, which makes sense that he's one of the top YouTubers. It takes a long time to kind of build that slow growth that you have on YouTube. And you want to be one of the early creators to really make it to the top. Nowadays, it's probably almost next to impossible because there's so much competition, but there's almost no competition back then. And one of his first things is he did a video. This is called Beauty Killer. So let's take a look. So right off the bat, you can see they flash right across the screen. It's a cover of him, so he's not really a musician. I thought maybe he might have been a musician, but it looks like he's singing a cover, which is still cool. Obviously, with all the exaggerated makeup, it really makes for a cool look. And yeah, that's pretty well done. I thought he was actually a musician turned cosmetic star, but it looks like he's just a cosmetic star pretending to be a rock musician apparently in this video. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So obviously it has a little bit of, funky makeup, really exaggerated looks, got some nudity here, so obviously a lot of shock value. So that's a good way to gain values, gain fans. I don't know how much value this is, but it is kind of interesting. You download straight from his site, so he's not the songwriter, but he's obviously videoing this, so it's pretty interesting. Another thing he obviously does is cosmetics, but what I want to cover in the next video is giving his boyfriend a new car. So let's check this out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are ya? Driving with a mirror is really hard, but I've mastered it. Okay, so in today's video, listen, it's gonna be a while.
So in all his videos, he kind of has this kind of special mirror that goes ding ding ding, and he has special sound effects, so it sounds like a little fairy. Obviously exaggerated look. You're seeing right away what it's going to be about. He's going to get this Aston Martin, so we'll skip ahead a little bit.
Wild one, because I have a surprise for Supreme. Okay. Hi everyone. Jeffree Lynn pumps gas every day. Okay. Oh, you guys want to see the gas prices in California? Follow me, please. Hi. For the cheapest, $4.19. I remember I was a kid, it was 90 cents. I'm like, this shit is crazy. Oh. So $4.39 per gallon. California, we need to get it together.
We'll skip ahead here. So there's a lot of lead time to this to build up the drama.
That don't sound like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit!
So I want to stop it right here. So he's brought up the car, driven it up, and then instead of just showing the surprise, what he's doing is building up with the B-roll. So he's showing the camera angles on the front of the car, the side of the car, the logo, the engine, all this kind of build up builds up more of the drama. And it's also how you kind of shoot a car commercial. So he's stealing a lot from a car commercial and putting this in here.
hi. How are ya?
I'm speechless.
Yes! Look at our new baby! Holy shit!
Yeah, this is a little nicer than a Bentley if I'm...
I know we talked about this loosely months ago, but surprise!
Damn.
Yes!
This is so nice. I gotta sit in here. It's like a straight up race car. Aston Martin, all I think about is James Bond. And that's like iconic as...
His face was like, oh my god. Deadly, huh? So deadly. Oh, wait.
So you get kind of the drama of the car there showing to the boyfriend. It goes on and on and on. It's a 15-minute video, so a long video. There's a lot of maybe at least 3/4 of the video is just the build up towards the car, so there's a really good tension. So if people want to stick around, they might skip ahead to where the video starts with a car showing, but probably these fans of his are fine with the kind of a vlog style. They're just kind of the day in the life of Jeffree Star. And so that kind of has that build up, and then you boom, you show the car. You got a lot of details with B-roll, and then you show it, and then probably there's, you know, some follow up. Let's cut up to the next video. This isn't the newest video, but I thought it was pretty hilarious. It's called Full Face of the Brands That Hate Me. So he always says cosmetics, right? And before, when he got his start, he probably started with just different cosmetics, and then he started his own brand launch, which is really funny too, but I won't go into that. But this is pretty funny. This is just all the brands that hate me, and then he's gonna see let's see what happens here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking out the trash. All right, so you guys saw the title, you saw the thumbnail.
So again, it has that kind of that swoosh with the magic wand with the special sound effect. It's really good to have your own sound effects that you use always in your videos. I think in my videos I have "Let's get the party started," and and I have I think a video on my eBay, kind of a little B-roll commercial at the end, and I use kind of the same music there, so that's kind of my standpoint. But I always use fresh music, but he's always using the sound effects, so it's a really cool thing to have your own customized sound effects you throw in your videos. People immediately recognize just by sound alone that you're on, so that's a really important feature.
Crickets, please. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests since I've started my YouTube channel to use makeup I don't like. Now, this started out as the concept of just cleaning out my beauty room.
So let's just skip ahead.
I don't ever even knew what that was. This is called the period after opening. So after you open up a product, this is how long that it is allegedly allowed to be used for. So let's even grab something of mine, or even a palette. Oh, this is I literally just used an Orbina palette the other day. So if you go here, the jar says 18 months on the shadow. So every item, it's kind of like a suggestion. Now, to me, a lot of stuff like powders don't really go bad as fast as like primers and foundations. So anyway, we're gonna use some stuff that is about to expire. If you have a lot of stuff in your collection that is expired, it's okay. But if it looks a little discolored, if it smells weird, throw it away, girl. So without further ado, God, let's say a silent prayer. Here. Doesn't look that bad on camera, but it's very orange. Like, this is actually darker than my skin tone. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or how it's reading, but like, see how it just kind of blends into? It's like, not really doing much. So I never really lived for this concealer. I think I used it once or twice. It sat in the drawer. It's about to expire, or it's actually been expired for months. So hopefully I don't get a chemical burn. Now, I love Chanel Beauty. By the way, you guys know that Chanel Beauty is in Ulta now? I'm like shook about that. Sephora's like, hi, we're doing ColourPop, and Ulta's like, great. We're doing Wet n Wild, Chanel, and everything else. Have a seat. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you love Ulta more? Do you love Sephora? Do you love that they're both kind of...
So again, he adds, he's popping to the questions. Do you like Ulta or Sephora more? So obviously people are going to ask questions, put it in the comments. You're going to rise through the ranks. So always ask questions to your audience, and like kind of a controversial topic, like if you're doing a painting, you can say, do you guys like oil, acrylic? Why does it suck? Or and just provoke the audience, right? And then people are like, no, acrylic's the best, or oil's the best, blah, blah, blah. And you'll get that kind of argument in the comments, and it'll build up your ranking in YouTube. So that's kind of what he's doing there.
Kind of like really mixing their roster of brands, and they're kind of like going all over.
So let's go to another one.
11, their packaging looks like this. Everything is about baking and cake, and it's their full aesthetic. I mean, hi, are you guys kidding me right here? So everything is all about cake, baking, mixing. This actually came in a literal flour, like you're in the kitchen making like cookies with flour. So The entire packaging idea was stolen, and I don't understand why. Huda Beauty is all about like being in the desert and sand and all this crazy stuff and her culture. Why are you stealing someone else's,
So again, one of the things he's using is a lot of exaggerated hand motion. I've learned that myself. I would highly suggest that in a video that really carries the video. If you just talk like this, it's kind of doesn't say anything, but you're like, hey, we're talking like this. It really adds a lot of punch to the videos. And so Jeffree's appealing to that with her exaggerated emotional response, exaggerated hand moments. So let's keep going.
Whole entire concept, and the fact that she's never really acknowledged it really bothers me. I think
Skip ahead a little bit.
Literally been on sale every single day up until about 2 weeks ago. So even after our fight, imagine Sephora, who is of course affiliated with Kendo, which is a company that owns her brand, they denied her request and they sold her Jeffree lipstick up until about a month ago on Sephora.com. So the fact that you have a face of a brand and your name is on the packaging and you couldn't even tell them and get my wound. It's like, oh, you're done. Oh, someone has to mention this person again. So I'm like, Jeffree, who?
All right, so while editing this video, I discovered some information that was very interesting to me. Now, if we all remember in Kat Von D's video about me,
I promise I went really hard in that pan. I'm not making this up. Hello, I don't see anything. Nope, nothing's happening. Look at that fallout though now, girl. Fuck, looks like a meth lab. Yeah, for $95, I expected it to be beautiful and blinding and all.
So again, he's using a lot of humor, talking about the foundation being like a meth lab. It's actually a pretty funny joke. And just kind of abusing the product online. You know, obviously you'd never shoot a cosmetics video this way, but it's just very fun to see this where he's kind of poo-pooing on these brands that they're supposed to be using, but because he has his own brand now, he's like, whatever, dude. Imagine if artists, you have your own brands of watercolor, your own brands of oil, you're like, screw Golden. You probably would never see that from an artist just because you'd probably never be better than Golden as far as over surpassing the supplier. But some artists are getting there. They could probably release their own colors, but obviously it's very challenging to make your own colors. I think he's using some other companies, third-party companies, to make the colors and all that in the foundation, but it's pretty funny that, you know, he's poo-pooing these other brands trying to work with him.
All I got was some chalk, and not even the kind of chalk that I can like draw on my driveway. Orangey yellow tangerine moment. I'm like, girl. Now remember, the first Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette was in one of my favorites videos last year. I really like that one. It is stunning. Now I heard that of course these shades are from all the ones that she did not use in her initial palette, which I love that idea. So I cannot wait for them to release the real vault. To me, Jaclyn's always done like amazing collabs. I mean, hi, Champagne Pop like literally revolutionized the highlighting game, and that's when the trend really started. So Jaclyn is always, girl, she knows what the tea is, regardless of your thoughts are on her. Her collabs have been amazing.
So I'll leave it there. I think you get a feel of who Jeffree Star is. It's mostly cosmetic star, and they do a little bit of on the cuff different videos. Like I think there's a breakup video with one of his boyfriends. There's also he buys a car for the boyfriend, but generally it's almost all cosmetics and just a little bit of side videos here and there, maybe about 300 videos or so. Gone way back. He's obviously started way back when YouTube started, 2011 years ago. I think I got started maybe 7-8 years ago, so I guess 3 more years and I'll be a millionaire, right? But yeah, you have a very unusual look. So I've seen this with, there's one artist, Art Sherpa, and she has like all kind of crazy wild color hair. And I think that's a really strong branding as an artist. You really stand out. A lot of, say, in particular girl artists, they'll put on makeup and stuff, which looks cool. Guy usually are, I think most of the guy artists are straight, or they all, you know, just present themselves without makeup. So, I mean, there's something said to be using makeup and kind of breaking the rules, which is in kind of your everyday standard life. But if you're in LA, New York, Miami, you can look like this, it's fine. It's way more open to kind of society in these bigger cities. So he is obviously playing to that, as, you know, this guy would cut his hair, dress like a girl. His boyfriend looks like kind of somewhat normal, I would say. Just dyed his hair, but that's about it. You know, he's obviously playing the male, kind of, and Jeffree is playing the female. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, and all these tattoos all over his hand. It's pretty odd. You're putting on makeup with tattoos everywhere, but apparently this guy's like #1. I don't know why girls wouldn't be able to beat him, but maybe it's just because girls are always put on makeup, so it's just kind of seen as the average thing. So girl makeup artists don't go as high as a guy putting on makeup, which is extremely unusual, especially as a channel. So yeah, he just found a really unusual niche. He was, totally himself off the bat, right out of the gate. He's also done celebrity collabs, so that's obviously boosted his brand as well, with Shane Dawson, some other famous cosmetic girls. So obviously they kind of play off each other and build off their own brand, so that's, good collab logic. So yeah, that's Jeffree Star. Am I going to watch him in it? Probably not, but as an artist, I think you can learn some of his video techniques with exaggerated hand movements, talking about brands. You could talk about Golden. You could do product reviews for other art brands, and that would be very strong in a video for an artist, as well as having an outrageous costume. That really helps. I use my cap. That's kind of my trademark in mine. I'm trying to find a new one, but I can't find one. So this cap is actually nasty as hell, but you don't have any smell in video, so I'm off the hook, right? But yeah, that's Jeffree Star, and hope you guys like my review.